Welcome to a presentation of our HyperCube search engine. What's the weak point of common search engines? You cannot search in the search result. The better search engine for the information segments is ITP technology. Just have a look at the following example. This example is about sailboats tested by a German yachts magazine by the name of Yacht. On the left side you see the magazine, the year of the edition, the editions, chapter is test, what was tested, sailboats and motor sailors, and here are the test objects. In this box here you see the architects that have built these boats. Here are the shipyards. This is the country of origin where the shipyard is and the location of the shipyard, the telephone number and the internet website. Up here are boat types like catamaran, cruiser, day sailor, motor sailor, performance cruiser, and trimaran. If I do a selection within here, for example, I want to see only cruisers, in the very moment I see 26 of the 34 boats that have been tested are cruisers. If I want to know about a particular architect, I can go in this list box here and search for Udall and Brodnik. I select this and I see that 4 of the boats that have been tested were designed by this architect. I can clear this out and say, well, I'm interested in boats that have been built in the Netherlands. And then here I see 3 of those boats are from the Netherlands. The next I could be interested in is a particular boat. I go in here and say, I search for Hanse and select 445. If I go to the next view into the HyperCube, I see all of the details of this box in the table and down here in list boxes. The next view shows me cockpit type, steering, rigging, sleeps, how many beds this boat has, how big the mainsails are, and so on. Now I can make a selection and can say, I would like to say it should have a rear cockpit, a wheel steering, it should be a sloop, it has to have a diesel engine, and maybe this is a self-tracking boat that I'm looking for. With these search criteria, I can now go to Hanse and take this out. I see 5 of the 34 boats meet the criteria that I've been setting. Down here you see the selections. The search in this HyperCube is not hierarchical, so I can take different things out. For example, the steering. If I clear the steering, I get more boats. I get those with a helm steering as well. I can now select helm steering and see that only 1 of the boats that meet my criteria has a helm steering. And of course, money is very important in regard of buying a boat. So I can say I'm not that rich, I just want to know the boats that are not more expensive than 157,000 euro. And the very moment I see that 8 of the 34 boats qualify for that. If I click on this one here, I see this is the one with the best price relationship to the size of the boat. If an editor wants to know who tested the boats, he goes on this tab here and he sees here are the test locations and here are all the people who have been editing or doing those tests. I can go here and select, for example, Michael Good, and the very moment I see that he has edited about 11 boats of the 34, and these are the locations where these tests have been taking place. I can click on Mediterranean and I see all those boats who have been tested in this sailing area. On the left side I see the years in which these tests have been reported in the Yachts magazine. Here are the additions. I switched back to the Overview tab, and I see the details to these yachts tested in the Mediterranean, the architects, the countries where these boats came from, the shipyards, and so on. If I go to Details, I see everything about these boats, and if I go to Extras, I see even more details of those boats. There can be an unlimited number of tabs here on the top with more information about these boats. In this example here, I guess we got the message across with this amount of data. Thank you.